Hello guys and girls, it's Aaron Lee here, and I'm making another YouTube video today, called 1 Million Kingdom Rush. Kingdom Rush and Guacamelee, being forced to outside of the house as the school year ended, published on June 7th, 2013, by Ethan. As the school year ended, made tending to my game backlog a bit difficult. Luckily, I still have many handheld and mobile games to play. But with two new humble bundles coming out over the last week, my net gain has been in the negatives. Mobile games have been a huge time waster for me. But at least I have been engaging games that can be actually beaten. 1 million cost free. Status completed. Time to beat 4 hours and 13 minutes. Last week, 1 million was free on the Amazon App Store. As an Android user, I was unaware this critically acclaimed game was even released on Google's platform until checking the daily free app. I found myself entranced by the single ingenuity of matching blocks to defeat monsters. There are a few games like this already on the market. The Puzzle Quest series comes to mind, but mixing Endless Runner and Match 3 together gives an unparalleled sense of urgency. There's a picture right here. It may seem impossible at the start, but this room will make your brave little runner juiced up. 1 million continually pushes scoring. Oh, I'm sorry, guys and girls. It's 10,000. Scoring 10,000 points to beat the game. Yeah, the game is called 1 million. I don't know, I'm confused. At the beginning, it's an impossible task. But as the player runs further, they grow more powerful. There are There are RPG elements, albeit boiled down to the basics, which encourages players to take another swing at it when they would normally be discouraged to continue. Unlike most puzzle games, where I hit a wall of diminishing returns on my score. My score continually rose, even if it's more reflective of my time to put into the game than my actual skill. It is still satisfying. Excellently designed for a mobile game. Each run can take about 3 minutes before the player is killed. Making it perfect for standing in line. On top of that, the progression makes it enjoyable for even longer play sessions. The problem with long play sessions, they reveal exactly how short the game is. Kingdom Rush. $1.99. $1. Almost $2. $2. Status completed. Time to beat 6 hours and 5 minutes. And the picture says, besides the gameplay, the art style is also a joy to look at. Android users don't have a comparable application such as a game center that iOS users get to unify all of their games together. Recently, Google announced Play Game services as their attempt to make gaming on Android more accessible. I was excited to test out the cross-platform play, the cloud saves, and leaderboards Google promised at their 1.0 conference. 1/0 conference. I/O conference. I don't know what that means, but desperate to try new offerings from glorious leader Google. I bought one of the few games that integrated Play Game services that day. Kingdom Rush. Unfortunately, the game services features were nothing more than achievements, cloud saves, and leaderboards were nowhere to be found. You forgot this. Leaderboards. Disappointed. I decided to play the game, and I discovered one of the most addicting tower defense games I have ever played. It took a while for me to figure out what set Kingdom Rush apart from the hordes of other tower defense games currently on the market. But the main aspect seems to be the interactivity and sheer difficulty of the game. On normal difficulty, it is a very challenging game. The setup is the most important part, and sometimes the game will throw a curveball halfway through that will poke a hole in their initial strategy. It's discouraging, but also gives the player a glimpse of hope when they realize where they went wrong. Every time I wanted to jump back into complete it, most tower defense games are just a matter of waiting. But Kingdom Rush gives the player access to a couple of spells to cast on each wave of enemy. This keeps the player invested and on their toes, similar to the Sunlight and Plants vs. Zombies. While most tower defense games just have the player wait until it is over. Unlike many other tower defense games, progression also continually drives the players. Stars for good performance give the player a reason to go back and perfect past levels. What a great little game that I stumbled upon. And the final one, which I cannot say the name of, Guacamelee. $11.99. PlayStation Plus. Status. Completed. Time to beat. 6 hours and 20 minutes. I have been craving for a game to play on my Vita for a while now. Guacamelee is a more of a console game, but I wanted to see how a game made for the big screen would translate to the smaller one. Turns out, for the most part, very well. Besides the sometimes small text, I would think that the game was made with the Vita in mind. Thank Drinkbox Studios for making crossplay such a breeze, and the lack of extra shoulder buttons, noticeable. Guacamelee is one of the best titles of the year. Is one of the best titles of the year due to its level design, art direction, and engaging combat. And there's a picture of this game right here too. The humor doesn't always hit the mark, but it's usually charming. The gameplay and the frequent appearance of Chuzu status took me back to the days of playing Metroid Fusion on my Game Boy Advance. I would be wiping out my Vita to pump up the power of my luchador, and give him the ability to unlock new areas to explore. Near the end, the bosses and enemies became a bit of a drag by always putting up a shield that required a massive amount of hits before it was broken. It wasn't as much fun as taking out dozens of enemies at a time. But it wasn't too big of a hassle. Overall, it was satisfying experience and money well spent, with some neat exploration puzzles that any fan of Castlevania and Metroid would appreciate. Next week, I plan on playing more of the 2013 version of Tomb Raider. From what I hear, it's one of the best games. From what I hear, it's one of the best games of the year. But I am only about halfway through it. So far, it's enjoyable. But more on that next week. Add it to Backlog. Rocksmith, Injustice, Poker Night 2, Luigi's Mansion, Dark Moon, Telltale Bundle, Humble Bundle 8, I mean. And I've told you about this, Arthur, before. So yeah, Ethan. No comments on this website. I hope you liked it. Please rate, comment, like, favorite, subscribe, view, opinions, and thoughts. And thoughts too. For your viewing pleasure, guys and girls. I mean, I hope you liked it and enjoyed it. For your viewing pleasure, guys and girls. See you later now. I got my game day today. It's good. People are coming. I gotta film my TV show today. Some more of it. I hope I can finish it soon. What I do, check it out. All right. Sorry, I speak a little loud. I kind of mumble when I speak normal tone. Sorry about the yelling. I won't. I'll try not to yell. But see you later. Okay, bye.